Hey, I love
Mandamano.
Kev, have you seen the whole video?
But, zing.
Hey, Bian is a beast, bro. Hadi ile clip ya ile stuff ili happen on Sunday to Uhuru Park. I'm include kwa hii video.
Kwa video?
Yeah.
Kama
bro,
nani? Kama nani? Edwa? Dungi.
Yeah, man.
Kidungi style.
Bro, manze, Kidungi style.
Yeah, noma.
Unajua Dungi?
That's our brother. Alikuwa hivi. Oh, it's your boy as well.
Nim
true, man. You know they're trying to recall the Kabete MP, yeah?
They better.
Yeah, do you think they're enough?
They better.
By the way?
Just because the guy said yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so that's his mandate.
Everybody who said yes. You can't kill us all.
Njeri. By the way, now guys,
Mama Gen Z. Where it come from?
One thing I love about Njeri, she is so grounded.
Straight up.
When she stands for something, she means it. Now that is MIGWI NJERI. She's an activist. Last time we look up Kevin, you're supposed to pronounce it as MIGWI, not MIGWI.
MIGWI. Arrows.
Yes.
Sindio?
Yes.
That's amazing.
We kwa culture yenyu kitambo kikam ulikuanga warriors.
Lazima.
You believe in that?
Yeah.
You believe in the reincarnation? Maybe you lived a previous life?
Yeah, bro, afu wezi tuwa jina hai ambatani na what you are. Hata we matara ukitafuta kwenyu.
Kazi, bro.
Unaweza pata ulikuwa wise man sana, bro. Ulikuwa chelewa kupatia watu ma-advice, matara.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro.
I think I just had I think I was a family man.
So siamini geshogoma.
Wacha nikuulize. We say in science that energy energy haifanyangi nini?
Energy change forms.
Souls are energy. So it can only change form.
From one form to another.
Yeah.
Hey, Njeri, welcome. You know the last time nilikucheki ilikuwa kwa maandamano.
Bado maandamano.
Hata labda uko kwa hivi da. I just need to be very
keen. Pesa unajua huyo.
Njeri show. Bede Njeri probably nilikuwa na kwa hivi da. So how was that experience?
Which one?
Yeah, maandamano. The first one ulikuwa ya fast.
Nilishikwa hata kabla sijafika ground.
Ulikuwa popular. Wala ndio ule.
So well, actually before we continue with this conversation, acha tu nisome headline at the Standard and Daily Nation. Kev, Standard wanasema, yo, kwanza by the I need to big up our colleagues who print up hivyo waso newspaper the Standard. Front page imekuwa very daring.
Moto.
So front page of the Standard wanasema misadvised, blame it on Ruto. AG says in a bold step, Attorney General Justin Muturi has come out to say that the president does not consult him on a number of key decisions, in spite of being the chief legal advisor on various legal issues, and that is why the government has been a butt of jokes in corridors of justice. Can somebody get that guy a jar of cookies? Mtualandika headline. I love it. This is what it is. Alafu pia there's still matters to do with politics. Raila backtracks again in a series of missteps. Flip-flop, that's what they say. Opposition leader yesterday said he was not for a handshake after backlash from Gen Z over dialogue suggestion. Ali tweet, by the way, but I need an official statement. Kev, what are they saying on the Daily Nation?
Daily Nation nao peko na masad vibe hapa hivi manze. Wanalia abductions. Families searching for their loved ones are demanding that the state produce them. Where are they? Afu amename hapa kijana kama Isa Osman Guyo, Nura Abdi, Stephen Kikade, Lewis Nguni na Denzel Omondi. Denzel Omondi kama news ya jana walimpata. Sad sana manze. Alafu the sad part ni ati hawa si wengi walichukuliwa na makarao. Unanige, so wazazi wanasema wanataka watu watoi wao. Na ni sad sana, but we think the government of the day kulingana vile mambo inaenda itabidi watoe. Na tuna hope hawakufanya ile kitu.
You want to tell me what wamekuwa released?
Wanalia
wote wamepatikana?
Si wote in fact wanasemaje?
Yule familia nani?
Emmanuel Mukuria Kamau.
Till today he has not been found yet.
He has not been found.
Jesus.
Alienda maandamano. Can you help us? Tumemtafuta mortuary, hospitali na police station. We haven't found him.
Oh no. He's also a Gen Z.
Yeah, he's Gen Z. He's 21.
Missing. The last time Mukhtar, Tache Ali, Nura Abdi, Diba, and Isa Osman was seen was on July 6th as they left a restaurant in Isiolo town. They were seized by police officers and abandoned into waiting vehicles. The trio is among at least 18 people who have gone missing across the country and are suspected to be in the custody of security agencies. Of security agencies over the youth protest. Are they still alive? When will they be released? Hiyo ndio swali kubwa watu wako nayo. After kuna hiyo story nyingine hapo ya baba dilemma inaitwa Raila handshake dilemma as Kalonzo walks away.
Yo, anyway, I'll talk about Kalonzo, but it's fine.
You'll talk about
You know
Kalonzo.
why? Na could refer to Kalonzo at some point. Because just the other day, alikuwanga in Meru, castigating the government. Next thing I'm seeing is you're in KCC taking a picture with the government. I don't get Kalonzo.
But Kalonzo...
Raila naye nishameka kwa
game yake. Outside land game yake.
You know what I mean?
No more scoring. No more scoring.
Continue.
Wanakuambia Kalonzo alisema Wiper Democratic Movement party leader say he is not interested in joining hands with the Kenya counter government as he does not want anything to do with the President William Ruto administration.
So hard to believe you, but it's fine.
Naye baba akafanya ile kitu kalia while Mr. Odinga ODM is backing call for national dialogue announced by President William Ruto, the opposition chief say he has received reports from some of his party leaders that a majority of Kenyans are against a handshake with the president. Baba.
You know that?
Unajua baba ananishangaa. Kuna hata ni heti tu asiseme vitu vingine.
Yeah.
Jusa the moment amesema ati ni watu wamemwambia I sound poa, unaona, cause watu na filie ndio kwanza one of the watu walifanya hii kitu imekuwa ni rahisi kwa watu wengine, unaona. So the moment anasema ati ni ameambiwa, na kila mtu anaona. Kila mtu anaona.
I mean, the main question hapa hivi does he really consult? But I guess,
but can we also give him grace?
For what?
Because it says a wise man changes his mind. A fool never.
That's actually
true. Only a fool
so
does not change.
ameona direction. Akaelewa the sentiments on the ground. And that's a good person. That's a good leader. Understanding that the sentiment in the ground says we do not want this. And you say, okay, I've heard you. That's all we've been asking from Ruto.
That's actually true.
We've been asking him, can you listen? People are telling you this thing is not working. You know.
Siniwambia nimetenga.
Kutenga ni nini?
Afu voke pia kuna hii kabla tuachilie mambo ya gazeti. Na hii gazeti tunazipata na 60 bob manzi zimekuwa bei manzi 1700 Tanzanian shillings na Uganda 2700. Kev, sikia. Alarm as 316 Kenyans die in Gulf states in 2 years.
That's a huge number, Maze. That's
to assume Gen Z.
Kenyans are not safe out there.
Manze.
Now, Nyeri, the big question up even is to the abductions na vile Kenya may lost. Front page of the Daily Nation, they're saying, where are they? Families are still searching for their loved ones and they're demanding that the state produce them. Just a couple of days ago, tulikuwa tunacheki President William Ruto akisema, I'm extending an olive branch. I want to dialogue so I can address your issues. Let's just sit down. Limonadi akienda kwa X Spaces. He was hosting X Spaces together with some other guy over there. Now, my question, Jerry, is the president genuine about dialogue?
No.
And at the same time, tunaona mavijana na lost about 41 Kenyans so far have been reported to be officially dead because of hizi maandamano. So at one point, Kenyans wanapotea wanamadwa. The other point, then another time,
43.
43.
Denzel was found dead. Khan was also found dead. Say their names.
And the president actually made it clear that him is against the mambo abductions. He doesn't do it. He's against extrajudicial killings. So what's going on over here? Is the president genuine about actually sorting out these issues? What is going to affect mavijana?
As far as I'm concerned, the president is absolutely not genuine. He's being disingenuous. He's being two-faced and hypocritical. Yes. Why am I saying this? Number one, they keep saying they want to dialogue. The demands have been very clear from the onset. The demands for Kenyans that are asking are very clear. Number one, reject finance bill. That was the first demand. And the president said he has rejected the finance bill. Then he wrote to parliament, and then Wetangula, the speaker of parliament, should have immediately called a session and recalled that bill. If that parliament is away on recession so that they don't recall the bill, if that bill is not recalled, the bill still goes to become law.
14 days.
So how do you argue with somebody who is playing games with you? That is point number one. Point number two, we are talking and everybody is saying, if you go to the streets and listen to the grievances of the people on the street, because kila mtu anatokea kwa hizi maandamano akona grievances zake. Utasikiza mtu akikwambia madhe akona cancer. Utasikiza mtu mwingine akikwambia I'm an A student, I passed with first class honors, I've been 5 years, I haven't gotten a job. And those are a lot of grievances. Ukiangalia kama ni ukienda kwa medical fraternity, sai nikipeleka mtu hosi ya gava, hakuna madaktari,
hakuna dawa.
But where are the doctors?
Hata wako job.
Wako Occupy Ministry of Health because they're not being posted. We have people dying and they're not being posted. We have a government that is going back on the CBA they negotiated in 2017. and going to slash salaries for a sector that is so much needed. And then yesterday you see somebody like Nakumicha celebrating our watu wanaendanga mahomes. Wanaitwa nani? This they're not medical, they're volunteers.
Volunteers.
Health volunteers. Sawa. Community health volunteers. Our community health volunteers ni wale watu wanafaa kuja wakwambia peleka mtoi polio. They are not medical.
Right.
They're just community people who wamejitolea wanalipwa 3,500 kujitolea kwenda kuambia watu peleka watoi hosi. Wanaweza kuja wachukue nini temperature yako, inaitwa nini?
Tuda watu wa polio, hawanidingi daktari.
Exactly. But they're not doctors. So you cannot replace doctors with volunteers.
That's right.
People are being trained, people are dying. Literally, people are dying. That's what we're saying as a country. Haya, tunasema hamwezi kakwa mnavaa saa za my God. Me, I didn't even know there were watches like that.
Right.
Za 8 million. 8 million can build how many blocks of school? Me, I went, wacha tu tuanze basically. I went to a public school. I am a Nairobi River Primary School alumni. Sawa. It was a good school. We used to high score. We used to be leading. Unashika Nairobi River Primary.
Nairobi River zile pale Huruma pale.
Unaona ukiwa
uta. Maiko nyuma.
Buru. Saiza Buru.
Buru phase 1
na hapo nyuma.
Bro, tembea.
Which is still okay. Atenge kwa kia Maiko is still okay. All those schools. The one you're talking about is Faith Homes. And it was a good school and kids used to pass.
Ilikuwa noma sana.
Look at public schools right now. Not only are they overcrowded, they are not producing good kids.
Grades,
watoto wamesoma, watoto wanaelewa, watoto wanajua nini inaendelea. Our education is polluted. They are not paying JSS teachers. Like, what is going on in this country? All we are seeing is government wastage, government extravagance. What did Nancy say? She's the Auditor General. That we lost how much?
In fact, walisema kuna 10 billion gava iwezi recover. Sinisuri ya Hustlers Fund.
Haya, hiyo ni Hustlers Fund. Alisema alisema tumepoteza 11 trillion. I hope you know that the brain cannot fathom those numbers. Those numbers are so big, your brain cannot actually handle it. Your brain wasn't created to handle a billion. But in this country, tumefika hata numbers zingine hata ujumia, I don't even know how to write a trillion. Because it's such a huge number. Imagine what that money could have done. Not 1 trillion, 11 trillion. So somebody was trying to break it down. And somebody said we could have been building one cancer center every day for 11 years.
So you know, there's some people who are saying, well, even blaming the president is not really being honest, because the people around the president who are supposed to actually advise him on the situation kwa ground do let down.
Is that what you're saying? That the president
Kenyans are saying that on the ground.
That is some nonsense.
Our advisors were let down. They're not really giving him a clear picture of what's she does at Gen Z.
Give me that Standard newspaper. I think I want to read that.
Yes.
Because just to justify what you just said.
Great.
Misadvised, big question mark. Blame it on Ruto. Has come out to say the president does not consult him. So who is the president consulting? That's one. Number two, are we saying our president is going through peer pressure? That the people who are advising him, kwani any teenager, he's a man who went and fought for that seat, to sit on it and to say he's being misadvised by people around him. Means what then? Who is the president of this country? Him or his advisors? It's himself. He came on X Spaces without his advisors. Obviously, we did not join that X space because we are not going to be swayed like that. When you're being disingenuous again, go back. You do that, then we tell you, don't kill us. Our protests have so far been peaceful. Then you send, not only do you send the police, you send the army and you send snipers.
Quite sad.
Literally, somebody was killed in front of me. I am still traumatized over watching somebody die. Right? I don't think people understand how fast somebody just crumbles. And so you cannot tell me that this man anadvaisiwa na nani. You on one hand unatuambia you're giving us peace, on the other hand you're killing people, you're abducting people, you are doing all these sorts of things. So yesterday
we saw Wiper, the Wiper party expel one of the members, Dada member of parliament, Farah Maalim, because of some allegedly he was in another conversation in the northern part of the country. Alikuwa anasema if he was the president, he would have actually slaughtered about 5,000 Gen Zs the moment they got close to State House. When you hear politicians talking about stuff like that, I mean, the sentiment sounding like that, you know, what goes on through your mind? The time when many Kenyans have already died because of him, and Amano guys are still abducted, you know, lost. What are your thoughts?
Do you know how scary that is? Do you know how terrifying that is?
Especially him being somebody who's now an ally to the president.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Do you know how terrifying that is? That you can calmly talk about killing 5,000 people. This man hasn't been arrested. This man is still walking free. This man literally called for the killing of 5,000 people. Why? This is our country. The constitution is very clear. The power belongs to the people. It is not just written. It actually belongs to us, not to the political class. And that is what people are reclaiming.
Yes.
The fact that Lewis Nguyo was arrested because he was writing. Now, he was looking for signatures to recall their MPs. And he was arrested, literally arrested, and taken to court because of following a constitutional process of recalling your MPs, should tell you that these people's heads are full of power. And they need to understand that power is transient.
Yes.
Power only belongs to the people. Yeah. And all the people are demanding is accountability.
Yeah.
That is it. There's nothing else. We are demanding for accountability. Ukiangalia, there's somebody on Twitter who's been tweeting on a regular. He's gone through the audits of the of all this CDF money. This money is audited to find out that only 10% has gone to the recipients of this bursary. Where has the rest of it gone?
Yeah.
You need to understand that the far-reaching effects of corruption are so bad and so wide in this country that unless it's netted down, we're all gonna die. Why are we paying for debts? For you to hear that Eurobond never even got to Kenya, how does it make you feel? And yet you're being told that they need to get taxes to pay for money that never got to us. Why?
In fact, Njeri, we've been asking that question, like, kuna muhesha na kuja hapa na mwanzo, hebu nikuulize baba, why do we have to pay for our debt ambayo mnajua vizuri sana kila sana the other regime, the regime that was, walichukua hii pesa, kama walichukua na mnajua walichukua na hii kufanya ile kitu inafaa kufanya, si muende muachike already sasa ndio nyinyi mko kwa power, murudishe ile pesa. Why do we have to pay it? Africa realize pia vile Jimmy Wanjigi amekuwa akisema for some time now, Kenya ina deni,
tulimaliza kulipa deni.
Do you think ni high time hiyo pia iko ni another thing tunaweka kwa mipangilio ya Gen Z, waanze kusema pia hii tunataka kujua auditing ya hii vile so far mambo inaendelea? Do you think that's the way to go?
Serikali tupatie audit of the public debt. Hatujaiona. Alisema na produce. Hatujaiona.
Yes, alikuwa ni kwa excess.
Yes, you're asking for such small things, accountability, and the government is ignoring you and starting to sponsor other hashtags. For example, tunaambia huyu minister wa sports, atupatie list ya Paris. Wale watu wanaenda. We want to see the list. Do you know the next thing unaona? Wacheni, anaitwa nani? Ababu afanye kazi. What is that? We are asking you, this is our money. It is our tax money. Why are remember the Rio drama?
Yeah.
We do not want to see that in Paris. So we are saying we want to see well-compensated athletes. They bring honor and pride to this country.
Yes.
We have athletes who give up of their time, they sacrifice, and they go there and showcase Kenya. Yet who gets to go to Paris? Who gets to go to Paris? Unnecessary people. Those are the things that people are asking for. Yet not one of them wants to be accountable.
Right.
We are asking Nakumicha post the interns. Nakumicha says, hatuna pesa. Hatuna pesa. The same day, Mnambo government may waste X amount of money. Do you start to see the way the government is not listening to what the people are saying? Tunakwambia
kuna disconnection kubwa sana katikati ya ground na the government.
Exactly. People wanalia hawana job. What are we doing? We are raising taxes. Manufacturers are closing shops. People are not able to afford life. Life is hard. Somebody self-immolated in Naivasha. And I hope that the government remembers that in Tunisia, somebody self-immolated. And that is what led to the Arab Spring. Somebody self-immolated in this country. We're not even talking about it because life is hard. When you listen to Gen Z, they're telling you, I was reading a thread and that thread made me cry because these people said, let us die because we're not living.
There's nothing to lose.
We have nothing to lose. Those are the people you're arguing with.
The president only unikane a dangerous narrative already vijana wameza kuwa nao, cause now hapo ni kumaanisha watu wamefika mwisho.
Exactly.
Anaweza advice waje ukiangalia. Juu ni
First
kama
of
bado
all,
somehow
the
ni kama
first-
anasikia Gen Z.
The first thing he should have done, we are telling you your cabinet is bloated. Mimi ningekuwa president sahi, ningekuwa nimefuta kila mtu first and foremost. As a show of goodwill.
Pia bado kusave face yako.
Unajua, ndio nasema as a show of goodwill. Tumekwambia CASs, they are illegal. They are not even constitutional. This is a government that does not even respect the orders of the court. Why? Wabe akuwatoa aliwa suspend. Unajua naandika hizi vitu watu notice. Haya, listening father akasema ametoa hiyo ofisi ya bibi yake ya which should never have been there because they are unconstitutional.
Right.
Wanakula between bibi yake na bibi ya Gashagwa wanakula 1 billion. Sindio? Between the two of them, even more.
In fact,
money that could have paid the medical interns. I just want to remind you, medical interns need to be paid 1.4.
Wow.
Which is money that has been... Why are you using 1 billion to refurbish status? Why are you not hearing what we are telling you? Ni nini unataka kufanya? Why are you not listening? Why are we paying our government? Why are we paying the president and the vice president a housing allowance when they actually live in government houses?
But now that's where Raila was coming in yesterday, even while they were at the KICC witnessing the president signed IBC amendment bill. Raila alisema he's embracing dialogue, isn't it, right? Don't you think that is a step in the right direction? And some, okay, fine, guys, let's sit down as a country. This is a moment in time.
We want action.
You want?
We no longer have any more talking stages.
Really?
Yeah.
Time ya dialogue imeisha.
Time ya dialogue ilisha kitambo sana.
Kuna msali sema dialogue ile tu tunataka ni president achukue constitution aisome, imeandikwa vifiti sana zile vitu zinatakikana.
Exactly.
Na kuna mtu alisema ati president haku reject the finance bill, ali withdraw.
Meaning
Alafu akasema hakuna kwa constitution jina kama withdrawal. Kwa hivyo whatever alisema pale nyinyi ndio mlichukulia hivyo. But yeye hakusema kitu kai. So unaona inafanya watu wana feel the government of the day na the watu kwa ground ni kama hawaelewani na inazidi kuchemsha mambo zaidi. Do you think hiki kitu kulingana na vile tunaenda so far, do you think inaweza break ifikiadi kwa nchi za majirani? Jo tunaona hadi Uganda wameanza the same thing, kina Zimbabwe wameanza kuandika the same thing, the Ghana ndio wao wamekama up nini, Malawi ndio wao wameanza kusema pia si tuna raise, Kenya wameko pale mbele kama the face ya vijana. Is it the right thing? Do you think ni ile kitu ina happen West Africa sahi imefika hapa kwetu?
Kenyans are angry. It has nothing to do with any other country. How do we tell you to give us jobs? Alafu nataka kutuship out. Tuende tukakue mamaid.
Na watu wanadedi. Mona already 316 Kenyans in 2 years.
Wamekufa.
In Gov.
And nothing has been said. I also would like you to notice how disconnected this government is with people. And unfortunately, to use this as an example,
right.
The bishop for JCC died. And the government sent their condolences.
Nani Dad Kuna.
Yeah. Alikufa. Sawa. I want you to remind you, Rex Masai was 29 when he was shot by the police. I want to remind you Besley. I want you to remind you all these people that have died. And the government has not said a word. When that boy in Rongai, the 12-year-old, was killed by police, I want you to remind you that Eric Latif of here was told what? What did the president say?
Yeah, he's alive.
Is
he alive?
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Not one thing. Let me also just backtrack. When I came here last, I was talking about femicide. The government never said anything about femicide. Yes. 75 women died. The government has never said a word. I want to remind you about the floods. How many people died in the floods?
More than 300.
Exactly. The government never said a word. How many people have died because of this economic protest? People died when the government demolished houses after the floods. The government never said a thing. The government never gave anybody anything. But the government had things to say because the church and politicians are in bed together.
Let's take a short break right there. That is MIGWI NJERI. She's an activist and we're talking about the state of the nation.
Vibes Radio, the soundtrack of the revolution. 104.5 FM Nairobi on Vibes Radio.
Kevo Badman, we are the only Vibes.
Yeah.
I love that song, Kev. Watu wanapenda Nairobi, man.
Nairobi.
You know what, Nyeri, nilikuwa nabonga na mtu jana, and it's interesting. Watu walikuwa wanasema, you know, Kev, I'm just bouncing off what I used to hear kitambo. You will never get another Raila Odinga. Badman. If Raila leaves, kwanza ile swali uliuliza Babu Wino. Ati, you know, Kenyans are going to feel so bad after Baba leaves. Until nione maandamano. My friend, Wakenya wako huku hivi out there putting their lives on the line, ready to die for this country no matter what it takes. Watu wamesema wanataka change, and that is what Gen Z really represents when you look at how they're engaging with matters policy. Unaget now, Njeri Migwe, she's an activist when you're talking about the state of the nation. Njeri, when you look at Badman Ali come up na hiyo story austerity measures that the president came about with, of course, amecut funding to the spouses of course, his spouse, second lady, officer PSC, the spouse of Mudavadi.
First of all, declare that office is already unconstitutional and illegal.
Exactly.
So why are you funding an unconstitutional office?
Now, my question is, when it comes to all these measures, all these orders that are to deal with those, when it comes to austerity measures, is the president genuine? Am I using it to political statements?
Those are just statements.
So you don't think Akuna goodwill? He will not actually implement all these measures, all these austerity measures. What are you talking about?
You can't implement anything without it passing as an act of parliament.
One.
It's empty talk.
Great.
That's what we're saying. You can't give us rhetoric. We're tired of rhetoric. We want to see actual action. And that was a very small part of the austerity measures, if any. You know, it should never have been there in the first place.
Yes.
Why was it there? The office of the kama ni bibi ya president, kama ukiangalia somebody like Uhuru. Unfortunately for me, because he's also part of the problem. It's a cabal of problems.
All right.
That office by itself brought us Linda Mama. As somebody who does human rights work in the low-income areas, I can tell you Linda Mama has saved women. Has saved women.
You're 100%.
Do you know they scrapped off Linda Mama? That's part of the demands that we are asking. Return
Bring
Linda
it
Mama.
back.
Because women are going to die. Children are going to die. We are looking at a country.
In fact, they're dying.
That 10 counties haven't received vaccines yet. Life-saving vaccines, BCG, DPT, vaccines that children need to be alive, so that you can go around flaunting an 8 million watch.
But that's why the president formed that task force, the multi-sectoral task force.
No.
Let's put down all our issues on the table.
How many task forces do we have in this country?
And none
of those things have been implemented.
Are you saying it was not a wise move?
The Kriegler report,
the Nomos report.
That is why people are refusing to take this. This is not serious.
So like saying Njeri vile wanasemaje, the young Z have been asked to produce 50 representatives that will constitute 150 people to collect views for 6 days.
No.
I would die.
Tumeshawambia kwani amsikii vile mnaambiwa time ya dialogue hakuna, time ya views hakuna. The views are there. Enda to Twitter and read the views. They've been there. You've been told what people want. Why is it that you need to be told? University. Can we first of all talk about university fees? Mtaki watu wako educated, sindio? Because uneducated people are people who know how to demand their rights.
Absolutely.
So you only want university education to be available for the children of the rich, right?
I'm curious, when the president alikuwa kwa campaign trail before he got into government, before he became the president, alikuwa na amazing promises for young Kenyans. My question, very simple. Why is it so hard to implement his promises, his projects? What's the disconnect?
Well, who once sang a song? I love that song. It's called He's a Liar.
Come on.
Then she rebutted that song again, came back with part 2. What was part 2 called? Still a Liar.
Hey, are you saying the president is a liar?
Yes.
But there's been too many hurdles.
Which hurdles?
The debt question.
Ebu tell me. Because we've been saying, and it's been clear, we've seen MPs flaunt their wealth. Come with money on the table. And this one, I'm actually calling her out, Alice Nganga of Thika. Come on, money on the table, calling yourself Mama Sima Bila Dimba. Those are your MPs, and you're telling us there's no money? Have you seen the cars these people drive? 40 million kwa barabara. 40 million in a country that is talking
can't
about
afford.
Debt. We are looking at the MPs who are paid 94 times more than the lowest MP in the world. We have the highest paid members of parliament in the world. That's outrageous. Look at our GDP versus the few people who are able to afford it. Do you know how outrageous it is?
Right.
Yet you are scrapping life-saving measures like Linda Mama, Eduafia. Eduafia was the cover that was covering
for watoto wakigonjeka wakiwa shule.
watoto wakigonjeka. It was removed. You are talking about a government that is removing feeding program. Do you know the children who come to school so that they can be able to have a meal?
Yeah.
We are poor. We are that poor. And you're removing everything that works for Kenyans. And then you're telling me about budget? But we have 1 billion to furniture. Furniture 1 billion when people are dying. You can't expand schools. Unajaribu kutulipisha pesa ambazo tuwezi afford, so we can't go to university. You've scrapped off school fees. Bursaries are unattainable. But everybody can see how large MPs are living.
So
clearly, talk about the states of the roads in
Wakenya
Kenya.
wamekasirika sana. I mean, Kenyans are so mad. In fact, other countries have we've gotten their attention. Guys are saying, "Wow, we need to do, especially African countries, we need to follow suit. Yeah, we need to question some of our leaders out there." Now it gets me
Bad
thinking.
government.
Juzi kwa podcast flani, I heard some guy saying Ruto could actually end up being a one-term president.
He will. Unless he steals the election.
Na kichange Joride shambia tu tuacheni kelele tuonaneni 2027.
Aleopa does not change his spots.
Sasa okay,
But what's the alternative? Okay, tutasema fine, Ruto will end up being a one-term president, and then vote for who? Who actually fits that description of somebody who the Omtata the sixth?
By the way,
that's my president right there.
Do you know watu wengi, in fact alikuwa anafaa kuja huku leo ni vile
amesema kesho.
Amesema kuja kesho. Yeah, the sixth basi anaweza kuja huku kesho.
Yeah, the sixth.
But do
yeah. So why Omtata?
Why not? He's been a man of integrity. Omtata has been with integrity even before he was in politics. And even within politics hasn't changed him.
Kwake anasaidia watu wake.
Wacha nikwambie, people need to understand that he's a senator.
Yeah.
He does not have money. Senators don't have money to change his work is to oversee. That is his work. And Omtata, even before it was popular, alikuwa amejifungilianga Vigilance House.
Yeah.
I want you to remind you that we are celebrating Omtata's work after how many years of him being consistent, of him showing up, of him being clear. But we don't like that. Do we like integrity? No. We like choosing people who lie to us. Right? And people who say they will do something. They don't even take 24 hours. They undo the very thing they say they will do. Yeah, you say, there's not going to be extrajudicial killings in my government. And then tunaenda tunakota mwili ya Denzel. May he rest in power. Kwa dam. So we are not doing Riviala now. We are doing quarries and dams, right? Maybe that's what you meant when you said we will not have any more bodies in Riviala. We are finding Duncan's body in city mortuary. So we're not going to have extrajudicial killings, but we're going to find bodies in the mortuary.
Let me ask you, Njeri. Unajua kuna watu wanasema, okay, fine. Gen Z, you've really taken this conversation to the next level. Lazima to hold into account. We have to fight for the soul of our country. But surely somebody has to represent Gen Z. Somebody has to be our Obama.
Yeah, that face.
That face.
Yeah. So they can kill it. Okay. Also that they can buy him. You see, that's the whole idea. The whole idea is you're not getting. This is amorphous. This is like a hydra. It doesn't have a head.
But what
I think that is the thing people are not understanding. There is no head. The thing is, you're so used to leadership having somebody overall being the leader that it is unclear to people to understand that. Let me ask you. Nobody's calling for anything, but unapata people wamenda kama jana. Sikapsabet had a problem. See Nandi, they stormed to their governor's office. See these other people went to demand accountability from the MCA. Nobody's telling people what to do. What it is that people are angry. I need you to understand this is collective anger.
Collective anger. No, mean like it's thank you. It's a collective energy shift.
Yes.
Ambayo ina happen worldwide.
Yes.
Tusijifanya tuioni. Everyone can feel it and can notice. But at the same time, tunajaribu kusemaje, this headless thing ambao tuko nayo hatuwezi kuwa na voice ya watu 3 million waonge at the same time. Tutanid Njeri, tutanid Omtata, tunafeel Omtata kwa ile vita amekuwa akipigana for hiyo time yote, ako in a better position. Tumwambie now Omtata, these are our demands, ebu waambie juu ni kama watu usikie.
Basi tumekuwa tukiwaambia
na ndivyo tunajaribu kuulizaje na ndivyo Kevin anaulizaje.
Hata kuna story mob tunajaribu kushow, mnaambiwa ndio hizi demands, tunawaambia hiyo university haiafodiki, hatutaki, remove those fees because we do not even know who went and sat down. Remove fees from 35,000, hata si ungefanya 70 ukaipeleka mpaka 300 ukapeleka zingine mpaka 600. What nonsense is that?
Jerry, do Kenyans believe in the opposition anymore?
Kwani we have an opposition?
Allah.
mi naona ni kama nje do you think mi vile tu
sisi ndio opposition
hatuna opposition na hatuna voice, don't you think hiyo ni kumaanisha maybe ni vile time imeenda na vitu tumepitishwa so kuna trust issues?
Tuko na trust issues.
Kwa hivyo inaweza kuwa na face, but because of trust issues ndio zinafanya hata jenzi wezi kubali kuchukua mtu yeyote. So ni si wenyewe already tuko na problem.
Maybe we have generational trauma.
Don't put it that it's politicians that have traumatized this nation, because anytime they feel their position is threatened, they come together.
Like what they did,
like what they tried to do that day, and bring everybody together. Umeshika watu we are tired of tumbocracy. Which is what leads in this country. It's greed. 1 minute mtu alikuwa hivi, sahi ukiangalia Silvana Sosoro alafu ukumbuke who he was and why people gave him that position and how he's talking back to the same people don't understand, and that's what we're trying to tell you. And this is how people are going to be one-term MPs only, because unaenda pale unasahau why we took you to parliament. We took you to parliament to represent us, not your party. We took you to parliament to make sure that the voices of the people are being heard.
Let's talk to 2 Kenyans, 0719012700, and then we can sort out. I can ask you. I want to ask you, Njeri, how can we ensure the effectiveness of our members of parliament moving forward? Yo, 0719012700. Debu piga simu manzema, guys. I want to hear your reaction with regards to maneno tumongea on the front page of the Daily Nation. They're talking about how where are they? Families are searching for their loved ones and are demanding that the state produce them. And then on the Standard, they're saying misadvised. Blame it on Ruto, AG now says. Alright, piga simu, twende kazi,
More vibes to keep you moving.
Yo, Gucci.
Hello.
Gucci ni aje? Niko fiti hapa hivi maze, tuko na our visitor Nyeri, maze, she's an activist, MIGWI NJERI. Umesikia hiyo vibe, swali yako ama comment?
Mimi sina swali, ni bane. Hata niseme aje, napenda mjala penye jamaa.
Nice. Big ups.
Ama leaders wamepaka pata, sijui sisi tutachagua nani hapo venye mnasema, yani popaka paka tuamini gani hapo ende ndo maana hiyo tumekuja na model design tusiige sio wote ipo kwa watu waamini kwa serious unaniget. Kwa
hivyo unasema sasa hivi magays wa trust mtu yote, tunasema ama leaders wote waishie hata tuanze fresh. Manze sasa si tulitrap down dot kwa elect last time. Manze when you like to was kila time tunashindwaje nani tutaka basi wamsikize watu waamini. Shikilia hapo hivyo. Big ups, thanks a lot. Blanda ni aje?
Wewe waga Blanda hapo voke.
Umesikia vibe yetu comment?
Mimi nataka kusemaje? Sio raudi watu wako liberated. Unaona?
True.
Imefika mpaka sasa imekuwa ni kama wana kama tunaona movie, unaona? Na hiyo movie kama imeisha na wanaongeza mavitu zao na mpaka tunaona movie imeisha. Hiyo leadership ya Kenya imekuwa ni noma sana na inatufikiria huku chini. Na watu wanaendelea tu kuariki, wanaendelea kuwapua, unaona? Manze ofisi ni noma sana bana. Imefika sasa time au mayuto emergency sasa hao wamekuja sasa wamereflect kitu ina happen kwa ground. Exactly. Sasa bana, big up yourself Blanda, asante sana. Now Njeri, umesikia vibe. I want to wrap up with 2 questions. Number 1, tunaweza fanya nini moving forward, kwa sababu umesikia hata mgesa alikuwa anasema he doesn't know who to trust. Asi wote waende tuanze fresh. How can we sort out maneno ya effectiveness, and of course how can members of parliament restore the relationship that they've always had with the people on ground, kwa sababu sasa watu wanasema asalimiwe, that guy doesn't represent us, he was just there for, you're there for money. How can we sort out that situation? MPs need to do the work that took them to parliament. It's that simple. I don't understand. Just do your job. Do your job. If you did your job, no one would be talking about this. How are the roads in your constituency? How are the schools? What is the mood prevailing in your constituency? What have you done to improve the lives of the people in your constituency? That's simple. Right. And understanding that we have the past to recall you.
and we shall recall you.
Now, the president as well, I feel like, man, there's a lot going on. IMF, they're there, pushing all these weird policies, choking us with the crazy punitive taxes. And the president, to me, feels like he's helpless. What can the president do to regain the trust as well? Because generally, apparently, youth ndo walimvotea the most. How can he sort out that relationship once again? Because right now, they say his approval ratings ziko low.
Again, do your job.
Simple.
Like, sielewi what is so complicated. When you came to Vibes Radio, they gave you a contract.
Yeah.
The contract stated you need to be here at this time and do A, B, C, D. And if you don't do that thing, you get fired. It's been 2 years. We have not seen anything. Show me one project this government has done. One. Other than kill us with taxes.
Hustler Fund?
He is... Excuse me? What is happening at the Hustler Fund? Is it working? Ama wamekula pesa. Was it also not a channel of eating money? No. Hakuna kitu hata moja wamefanya. Show us one thing you've done other than kill us with taxes. Other than tell us, we came to empty coffers. Meanwhile, you're driving the latest cars. You are living, you and your children who are occupying illegal positions that they have not earned. Munafanya huku tu. This is not your country. Watoto wa maskini kazi zao ni kuwa ship out. Waende wakakue maids. Sisi tumestruggle, tumetafuta pesa, umefanya harambe, upeleke mtoto wako university, alafu serikali inakwambia your child hezi pata kazi.
Is it maandamano, you've been at the forefront of them? Will they end? Kuna watu wanasema they're so disruptive, we cannot continue losing Gen Zs.
They're disruptive.
Businesses have been broken, shut down.
But you're not the ones.
CBD look like a ghetto.
Let us go back to that moment. When we started this mandamano, were we not peaceful? Have we ever been anything other than peaceful? Who brought the looting? Who bought goons? Goons who even had the audacity to say they have not been paid by their politicians. Our goons wameletwa na politicians. Let us be very clear. As we have been from the set, we are peaceful protesters. We are standing here, even for those people who are talking about their businesses and saying that we are being disruptive. We are fighting for them too. So even those policemen who are beating us, who do not even have insurance.
That's true.
Mark you, their medical insurance hasn't been paid by the same government.
Kenyans will not relent until what?
Until we see change.
So this protest continue until the end?
Until the end.
Kuna msemesemaji ati we know the script, mchezo wa tauni. The same people who have been in our political scene from the 70s, 80s, 90s to date will bring in their grandchildren, nephews and nieces as Gen Zs to prop up the number that bomb us or some flashy hotel, do a report that will never be implemented even after 10 years.
What's your comment?
What do you think?
Amesema kweli. It's the truth. That's what I'm saying. They're shipping out our children. They're shipping out our children so they can prop their children into positions
their own Gen Z children.
Tumekataa.
So way forward ndio tunuliza.
Way forward ni, as we have told you, we want accountability. Where is our money? What is it being used for? We want clear accountability. Tumewaweka hapo. Hakuna mambo ya siri. Ni taxes zetu zimekupeleka hapo. Ni sisi tulikuchagua. Tuambie ni nini unafanya. Period.
As we wrap up, okay. What's your rallying call to the Kenyan youth listening to you right now?
Leaderless, partyless, relentless. No retreat, no surrender.
No kichiki vile IBC impangilo imetoka ya IBC.
Kwa kwanza umesikia, umeona hiyo IBC amendment bill. Mpaka kuna pali wamesema mpaka gari zitakuwa polling station.
Yeah.
So ukiona una lose unachukua gari naenda na votes.
So you stand yako sai unafeel as a voice of the people, as an activist. History ya IBC kuna watu wengi wana feel the same wale walikuwa na this time round watu wana feel na for it to be independent tunataka hakuna venye player watakuwa wanachagua referee.
Yes.
In 30 seconds, what's your response?
In 30 seconds is, first of all, you need to reconstitute IBC as a body that works for the people, not for the politicians.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nyeri MIGWI.
Thank you for having me.
You're so passionate. Hey. I have hope for the future when I see Kenyans like you getting out there and fighting for us, and hopefully your sentiments will be able to shift when it shift to our policy conversations.
Please, Nyeri, kabla uondoke. Nyeri, kabla uondoke. Kabla tu uondoke. The youth ambao wamepotea. Reach to the government. Wamba wanakusikiza.
Yeah, we're running out of time though. So
this is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Please stop abducting us.
Yes.
Stop killing us. Please return to watoto wa watu. The pain that parents are feeling.
Yeah, thank you so
is
much,
why
Njeri.
nothing is working.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
It's 8 a.m. Good morning.